What is going on, y'all? Thomas Chang here, and it's gonna come back to y'all and give y'all my second adventure with my dad and I. So, November 16th of 2017, my dad and I met up at the ranch, and we got settled in, and I was coming from school, my dad was coming from Austin, so it was about an even trip, 2 hours for both of us. And my dad was a little bit late. I got there around 3:30ish, and so that's about the time that we had wanted to really get in the blind, but my dad got there around 3:50ish, and he had to go back after packing and everything, but we got there. And so this Friday afternoon on the November 17th, we met up. It was about almost 4, so my dad got there, we unpacked all the coolers that he brought, knives and everything, just making our trucks and cars a little bit lighter for the journey on the ranch. And so this is a pretty funny story. So my dad and I went down for an afternoon hunt in the condo blind, and so we thought we weren't going to see anything really with the lights and everything going on, and the sun about to set, and it's just kind of weird for it was a very fast evening hunt. So we got down there, we got settled in. I looked out through the side as we were creeping up from behind the blind, and there was a forkhorn sitting there eating corn and everything, so we didn't spook him at all, which was good. So this is around 4:10ish or so we got in, we opened the windows up, still didn't spook the buck that was there. A few seconds later, a 6-point walked out, and so then a couple does came out. Then around 3 or 4:20ish, my dad handed me a little Snickers bar to keep me up because I was getting a little bit frustrated as well. And I wasn't that happy that we got there a little bit late, but I think it was fine, and the end result was definitely fine. And so we hadn't even sat in the blind for 20 minutes, and sure enough, from the back he comes in, this big 10-point, and so I was just looking. I mean, when I'm sitting in the blind, I have to look outside. I can't read, I can't do anything on my phone. I gotta be looking because I can't miss anything. So I'm looking out past the feeder a little bit. Here he comes walking in on the right side. So he was weird. He crawled under the feeding pen that we got, and he just started eating corn. And I whispered to my dad, "There he is." So I got my rifle all ready up, and so a couple does came in as well, and so there's about 4 deer in the feed pen, including that 10-point. And so I whispered to my dad, "Here he is, I'm planning on taking a shot." I got my crosshairs lined up right on him. He was perfectly broadside, and just feeding on corn. So I squeeze the trigger, boom, goes off. He's tossed over on his side, kicks one little hoof, done, dead, expired. And it was weird because after I had shot, it didn't even seem to faze the deer that were already in the feed pen with him. He laid there, and about 3 or 4 other deer outside the feed pen were standing there just looking at him. They did not know what to do. They did not run off. They didn't seem alarmed. So my dad and I knew that he was expired, fully expired, and we got out. We got the truck all the way up to the feed pen. The deer started to run away. And even as we were taking pictures and tagging him, the deer were still off in the brush line, doing their warning signs and telling us that they didn't like us there. And so it was kind of weird. Like, we didn't know if I shot when the wind was blowing, or if something had happened, or if they were just so hungry like that. And we got it all tagged up and up to the gambrel and started dressing it, and he's hanging up in our house, so he looks really well. He's probably the He's in the 130s, and he scored it as 132 on the point, so he's considered big game in Texas. So it's really nice to have my dad out there scouting for me which bucks that I want to take, or if I need to take, or anything that he recommends me to shoot, because it's just something that he likes to see younger people and starting to get kids into hunting, and he's seen plenty of big bucks and had chances, but he likes to see the encouragement and the younger people getting into this sport. And it's just something that one day, I'll probably start getting into it like he is, and starting to let kids and younger people get into the sport and shoot something big like that, like considered big game such as deer and antelopes around here in Texas. So that was it for my Big 10 point on November 17th, 2017. Thank you for watching this. Like and subscribe, and come back for more. Thank you.